So on the GoSTEM website, we have a list of resources of STEM units that teachers can access. And those units have a range from solar to wind to chemical reactions. And mostly in this video, we will highlight the chemical reactions unit.
Included with the attached documents to each STEM unit are clear instructions on how to teach each lesson. Specifically, the attachments describe the unit's overview, major concepts, and essential questions for the teacher and students to understand. All aspects of the units are clearly explained with instructions and an explanation of the STEM relevance in every lesson.
Those STEM units include standards for all the topics in STEM. So there's next generation science standards, Common Core state standards for math, and there are the English language arts standards, as well as technology standards when those are included. Some of the math skills included calculating ratios, number sense, order of operations, and some of the science skills were conducting a lab, math and computational thinking. Those are all science practices that kids are involved in. And then the overall context of the unit is really about chemical reactions and how that applies to both careers and to everyday life. Although the focus of the unit was on chemical reactions, the real integration part was specific math skills and science practices. So kids are applying those actual skills and practices as they're completing the different labs and the different engagements. So for example, in the chemical reactions unit, students were making polymers out of gelatin, and then they were looking at the effects of adding different chemicals to those polymers. So it was really about what the chemical reaction was when different chemicals were mixed, but also about the ratio of those different chemicals. So they were having to apply the 2-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1, 1-to-2. So they're getting experience with both the authentic application of math and with chemical reactions. That leads into a concluding unit or concluding lesson that's dealing with engineering and trying to apply what they've learned about polymers to actually creating a polymer that does a specific task.
This is our second time trying it, and we added 10 cc of water, and it actually looks like it might turn out better because it's like more runny than the other time, which was really clumpy.
So some of the support that we can offer teachers, in addition to the units that are on the website, we also have materials that we can loan out that can support teachers in teaching STEM units, and we will hopefully be able to continue to offer professional development for teachers so they can be checking in with us to see what kind of workshops are being offered. STEM is different from science or different from math because it's authentic integration and application of the other subjects. So it really is trying to get teachers out of their silos, or what one teacher said to me, STEM gets us out of our box. So it really is trying to move teachers away from thinking that those subjects are all taught at a single time with a single focus, and really about how do they fit into the real world, how are careers focused around STEM, how do math and science people use math and science in their jobs. The GoSTEM website has not only these units that teachers can access, but also a number of other resources, including other videos, links to careers, a lending library that has a lot of materials that are available for checkout. And the website is continuously being upgraded and updated so that their teachers should check back, find out if there are more things on there that could apply to their classrooms.
For the chemical reactions unit, teachers in Eastern Oregon attended a 2-day workshop where they learned how to teach the unit. The workshop consisted of one professor explaining all aspects of the chemical reactions unit to the class of Eastern Oregon teachers. During this class, the teachers broke into groups, similar to what their students would do, and then practiced each of the individual labs with instruction and discussion. During this workshop, the teachers learned what techniques worked, both chemically and as an engaging lesson.
Today we did a lesson on chemical reactions. We tested several different white powders, and we were looking for properties. We've been talking about properties of matter, and we're going to compare them to a mystery substance that we have spilled over on the countertop. Doing science lessons like this, hands-on learning, is my favorite way to do science. I think the kids take away way more than if we were reading out of a book. They're excited the minute they see a lab being set up in my classroom. They know that they're going to be doing something with their hands, they're going to be up, they're going to be moving. It's not just the paper, pencil, day-to-day, everyday work.
Yeah, they really enjoy getting away from the book and not having to read something and then fill out a worksheet. And this way they know when Mrs. Curtis and Mr. Curtis are doing a science lab, and they get pretty excited and they know to grab their lab books or their pencils, and they know that we're going to be doing something fun. And it's always neat to hear them say, oh yeah, we're doing science today. They love that part.
Specific to grade level, these STEM units are very engaging for students, and so we highly recommend incorporating them into your classroom.